Hi guys, my name is Scott and today I'm going to go over DynamoDB and AWS. The reason why I'm doing this is because, well, some of the students in my class have had problems with it regarding the NuGet packages in Visual Studio, so I'm going to go over that in this video and show how to create a DynamoDB database in AWS and link it to Visual Studio. So first off, you'll be presented with this screen, which you search for the DynamoDB database, which, because I've recently used it, it's under recently visited services, but usually you'd find it under database and under the RDS. So if we go into that, this is because I had a little play around to get used to it for myself, but yeah, it's already connected to one, so I'm going to just create a new table for this example, which is going to be basically the same. So under table name, I'll call it ASP.NET.Session Provider. I'm going to put V2 because it'll be in version 2 of it. Then under the partition key, you choose the ID key, so which is session ID, as it will record the sessions off the website that it's going to be connected to, and just leave basically everything else default. So just go create. So there it is, creating the table, which will take a couple of minutes to do, so I'll just pause it right here. So as you can see, it's now created, so it's ready to be linked to a website through Visual Studio. So yeah, and next part I'll talk about the NuGet packages. Be back in a minute. So as you can see, I've got Visual Studio open with the solution I'm going to link it to, so which in this case it's my assignment, DynaStore. So I have to go to the solution and right click it, and you'll find manage NuGet packages for solution. As you can see, I don't have the ones installed from the one I finished earlier on, so you want to go AWS SDK core. Sorry, and you want to go AWS session. You want to go, might help if you go browse, and you've got a session provider one, which we need to put in. So you want to, if you're under the solution, it will just choose what project you want to select, which is the net702.dynastore for me. So you go install, and it'll just install the NuGet packages. You want to go yes, okay, because it needs another one because it is linked to it, so it will be linked to the AWS SDK DynamoDB NuGet package as well, so we'll install that as well. As you can see, we've got them installed now, but I kind of forgot to point out you also need AWS SDK, is another separate one compared to the core. So go AWS SDK, and there it is right there. You want to install that. I'll just show you what I had from my one from earlier on. I kind of had what I just said, AWS SDK core, and the DynamoDB version 2 in the session provider, which by default the AWS SDK core is there by default. And later on you'll want to get Newton's soft.json for another part in the lab. So I did. So I've got back over to the example one, go install, take that off. We've got the default ones there now, so we're going to go into the code next. So now I'm under the web.config file because now we've got to take that highlighted text code out. This is because it was there by default and it is not the one we need. So then we have to add some more, which I'll come back to in a minute. So earlier on I got this code from my finished one, and this is the code we need to put into where we're taking it out. So that the name of the DynamoDB session store provider is connected to an access key and secret key and the region that your DynamoDB database is on. So the access and secret key we'll go over later, but right now we'll just focus on getting this into the Visual Studio. So before I continue on the Visual Studio, I'll just show what those access key and the secret key are. So if I go under the security, identity and compliance, go under IAM, go users, and if I select my one, so go like that, go under security credentials, you can see I've got an access key ID, that is the public one. The secret one usually comes up after you created one, which you want to copy and paste into a Word document as it's only shown at that point, and then you can't access the secret key anymore. So yeah, it's best to keep the secret key filed away somewhere so that you can access it. So just right now I created a new user just to show what it looks like when you want to create an access key, which this is the public access key and this is the secret. I'm not going to show that because that means you'll be able to put it into your one and access my DynamoDB. So be back in a minute and I'll get back to the Visual Studio. So now as you can see, I've got my public access key in Visual Studio and the region, which is AP Southeast 2, which is the Sydney region. Again, I'm not going to show my secret key as it's only for me. So now I'm in the shopping cart.cs file, which above the public class shopping cart and the cart item one, we're going to put a thing called serializable in. This is just a function basically that lets it talk to the DynamoDB data store. So I just do that. For some reason the drop down is not coming up. There we go. So now we've got the serializable one, so which will basically let us communicate with the DynamoDB table. So back now on the AWS site, back in DynamoDB, we can basically see there's no items in the table right now, but there will be soon, as I will show you what will happen once you've added an item to a cart. So I'll be back in a minute. By the way, you just go Google, play it via the Google Chrome, so just go that and it'll build the thing, and it may be error out if there's bugs with the NuGet packages. So now, as you can see, ever since I've added I'll just show you. If I add this one to the cart, then go back to DynamoDB and refresh, you can see that it's been added to the session provider as Dyno Store. So basically I just added a item to the cart. So if I go back to DynamoDB now and go refresh, actually I'll stop the session first, be back in a minute. So basically I opened another web browser, which was the Edge, and added an item to the cart. So now if I go to AWS, you can see there's another session. So basically it's adding the session into the table and creating the date and expiry date and lock date. Which this is basically just storing the information from the cart into the session ID. So, like I said before, if there's any errors, I'd suggest basically checking the NuGet packages, which I'll just show, and making sure that on these versions, if you update them, they will cause problems, and which I have learnt from mistake by my final one last time. So that's basically it. So now you should have a working DynamoDB session.